Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and thank you for taking the time to celebrate with us the relief and appointment of Sergeant Major Doring and Sergeant Major Arzola. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we've had to alter some of the ways with which we carry on traditions and ceremonies. Serving as the commanding officer of VMM-362 for the past 2 years, I can tell you that today is an extremely bittersweet day. For the past 24 months, Sergeant Major Doring and I have been at the helm of activating the Marine Corps' newest MV-22 Osprey Squadron. But yet we had to further add to the long legacy, proven courage and bravery of multiple generations of Ugly Angels. We find ourselves in certain positions and times in life, whether it's circumstance or timing, that we had the opportunity and ability to cross paths with certain individuals. It was through that time and reflection that we get to reflect upon some semblance or reasoning why. But I can tell you that without a doubt, Sergeant Major Doring was the right Marine at the right time for this specific assignment. I'd like to think that I'm an old soul, but the young Marine before us today is rich in his own history. He was the exact legacy that we needed to prominently propel the Ugly Angels to get established in the right direction, but yet carry on and cultivate a personality, attitude, and character. Sergeant Major Doring's legacy started when he enlisted in 1991, and he continued to separate himself through significant assignments and distinguished service. Throughout multiple combat deployments, he has honorably served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and even as far back as Somalia. It is fitting that Sergeant Major Doring is here to execute the passing of the sword and the transfer of that sacred trust as he is ending his storied career as the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps' youngest V-22 squadron. His legacy will forever be attached to the Ugly Angels and an aviation platform that continues to provide the Marine Corps global reach. His lasting impression on this generation was hard-earned over a 30-year career. That drive, determination, and warrior spirit exhibited by the squadron is an absolute testament to Sergeant Major Doring's dedication, compassion, and absolute commitment to VMM-362 and the Marine Corps' mission. As the 22nd Sergeant Major of this squadron, he was charged with developing a combat-ready unit through an activation period characterized by several resource, manpower, and facility challenges. Together, we routinely marveled at the performance and the capability of our young Marines. Most of us were inexperienced. They didn't have a basis of comparison. And for a long time, we existed in a period that you could classify as this is not what right looks like. Sergeant Major Doring provided the required mentorship, stability, and guidance to a young squadron. He set and maintained a high standard of performance and professionalism for a squadron that ultimately achieved full operational capability ahead of timeline, despite all those challenges and limitations. Under his tenure, the Ugly Angels have reached every activation milestone and stand today combat ready. He has had his hands in every action and endeavor, always ensuring mission success. It is no surprise that in this unusual time of COVID impact and limitation, that the squadron has reached its highest level of performance to date. Just yesterday, the squadron completed a large flight exercise executing a tactical training mission with 7 aircraft. This month alone, the squadron has completed 300 flight hours with a sustained readiness percentage. Certainly a high watermark for this squadron. We have flown the highest amount of flight hours and completed the most amount of training events than any of the preceding months to date. Sergeant Major Doring, as he departs our pattern, he leaves behind a squadron that absolutely resembles what right looks like. Sergeant Major Doring, the Ugly Angels are ready to go to war, and you are now part of their soul. And you have left a lasting mark on their legacy and added a capstone to yours. I want to personally thank you. You have been an advisor and a confidant and an absolute friend through this entire process. This has been a journey, and I will certainly reflect upon this adventure for years to come, as this is now the highlight of my career. The squadron wishes you the best of luck to you and your family as you transition forward. Sergeant Major Arzola, we've already had the opportunity to work together in the past, and I am extremely excited for you, your family, and the Ugly Angels. You are now the right person in the right time, in the right place, to carry on the storied legacy of this squadron and maintain the momentum that the Ugly Angels have produced as you follow through to complete the pre-deployment training cycle and take this squadron to war. It is on your shoulders that we replace this responsibility. Your career has been one of distinguished and faithful service, absolute dedication to the Marine Corps. On behalf of the squadron, I welcome you to the Ugly Angels and wish you and your family continued success. Ladies and gentlemen, Semper Fi and Semper Malice.
Good morning, Marines. First off, I want to take the opportunity to thank the MEF and the MAW leadership for the opportunity to serve. I want to send a personal thank you to Colonel Garcia, Sergeant Major Daniel, the MAG CO, and the MAG Sergeant Major for their guidance and their mentorship. When I arrived in August of 18, there were 20 Marines on deck here. Today, we stand as a squadron with over 202 Marines on deck. We first started to receive aircraft. We received about 14 aircraft that were in various stages of needing maintenance, repairs, things of that nature. We had Marines with little to no quals, and we ended up making FOC early. Nobody believed that we were going to be able to do that. I attribute all of that, that no small feat, to everything that the Marines do on a day-to-day basis. And for that, my first thank you goes out. We passed every Marine aviation inspection that was given to us. Then we turned around and passed our first CGIP with flying colors. It's truly a direct reflection of what the Marines have done and what they will continue to do for 362 in the future. I want to start my thank yous with the most important people here, and that is the troops, the Lance Corporals and below. I firmly believe without them, we would have not made the leaps and bounds that we are at now, today. Every Marine doing his job, whether it be upstairs in the S shops or downstairs on the maintenance deck, everybody doing their job, pulling their weight, and working overtime to get these things done. And I truly appreciate everything that you have done. Next, what we call the backbone of the Marine Corps is the backbone of this squadron, the non-commissioned officer. Those Marines that hold those special quals, CDIs, and things of that nature. Without those Marines, we could not ensure the safety of our aircraft and take us to the next step. Next, I want to thank the professionalism of my staff non-commissioned officers, the staff sergeants and the gunnies, and the master sergeants out there doing their job day in and day out. Thankless work every day. And without their guidance and direction, those Marines not being able to complete their missions. For those brothers and sisters, I appreciate everything that you have done. Next, I want to thank my officers, my field grade and company grade officers. Thank you for allowing me to mentor you and for you teaching me things that I needed to know about marine aviation. I appreciate everything that you have done, and I hope and I pray for everything to go well for you all in the future. Next, I have some personal words for three people. Number one, my Master Gunnery Sergeant, Master Gunnery Sergeant Clark, my maintenance chief. Without this Marine, I would not have learned everything that I know today about maintenance and aviation. I come from the ground side. This was my first squadron or to be a part of. So everything that I know about marine aviation today is attributed to Master Gunnery Sergeant Clark. I thank you for our kind conversations, for our candid conversations behind closed doors, and I thank you for everything that you've done for this squadron. Next, my executive officer, Major Oles. Sir, it's been a pleasure working by your side, advising the CO on all matters pertaining to the squadron, whether it be aviation, whether it be marine leadership, anything. I appreciate your open door policy, being able to talk to you at any time for any reason. Thank you, and I also appreciate your friendship and everything that you've taught me. Next, and probably most important, the commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel McSorley. Sir, without a doubt, you are the finest officer I've ever served in my entire career. Hands down. I appreciate everything that you've taught me, everything you've showed me, all our conversations, whether it be about music, whether it be about legal stuff, whether it be about aviation, flying, maintenance, everything, politics, everything that you and I have discussed, everything that you have brought to me and taught me, I will take with me and I will remember forever. But mostly I will remember our friendly conversations that you and I could have that was missing in my career. I appreciate it. Thank you much. Ms. McSorley, ma'am, thank you for allowing your husband to come to work every day and allowing him to do his work. The Marines appreciate everything that you've done for them by bringing them food to the barracks during the holiday periods and those special treats for the kids during trick-or-treat and things of that nature. Thank you for everything that you've done. I appreciate everything. Leanne and I wish you and Senator McSorley the best with the children, and good luck. Next is my family. Without my family, this is not possible. This cannot happen without my family at home doing everything that they're supposed to do, from my spouse, Leanne, running the home, to my little one, doing her homework and everything in between. My 5 children, Joshua, Justin, Jordan, Jenna, and Juliana. I want to thank you all for doing everything to allow your father to come here, to come to work, and to be here with his Marines. In keeping with always leaving you with a piece of information, a piece of history, during FOD walks and when I walk into the shops to talk to you, I want to leave you with this thought. Tomorrow, 2 May in 1946, Marines from Treasure Island Marine Barracks were assisted in putting down a rebellion in the Alcatraz Penitentiary in San Francisco, doing so without one Marine casualty. So Marines, as you go forward, remember, everything that you do today will be watched and learned and studied down the line, and it will be remembered. Always represent yourself properly. Finally, I need to introduce Sergeant Major Orzola, my replacement. I'm sure, Sergeant Major, that you're going to do fine and that you're going to pick up the sword and continue to run with it. And everything that you do will carry on a legacy of 362. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sergeant Major Orzola, and I am the incoming Sergeant Major for VMM-362. I'd like to start off by thanking Major General Imes, Sergeant Major Seau, Colonel Koltik, and Sergeant Major Tejas. I've been bestowed to serve VMM-362 as a senior enlisted advisor. Colonel Garcia, Sergeant Major Cedeno, I look forward to working with the MAG 16 team, and I thank you both. The Ugly Angels come from a long history in rotary wing aviation. Ugly Angels were some of the first Marines in Vietnam to the deserts of Afghanistan. I am humbled and honored to be a part of that legacy. I look forward to working with Lieutenant Colonel McSorley with VMM-362. I am humbled and honored and excited to serve as your Sergeant Major. I'd like to thank my family and friends. I'd like to thank my wife, Alicia. You have always supported me to challenge myself and not settle for less. You have embraced this journey no matter the sacrifices required. To my sons, the sky's the limit, as long as you put your mind to it. I'd like to thank everyone, continued support of VMM-362, Semper Fidelis, Semper Malus.